So my name's Alice and I'm the Training and Education Manager here at Tobii Dynavox, and today we're going to be focusing on supporting behaviour in the classroom with Boardmaker 7. So I just want to start off with a really brief introduction to what Boardmaker is and what we can do with it, just to give you an idea for any of you that are new or just a little refresh. So with Boardmaker 7, we can create, find, play, and assign activities that are all symbol-based for our students. Boardmaker 7 has three main components to it. So it has the editor, which is where we are going to create activities. So we have access to over 45,000 symbols, and it allows us to create activities from scratch, edit previous activities, or use templates. We also have the My Boardmaker website, which is where we're going to do things like access cloud storage for our activities, so we can access them from whichever computer we're at, and things like access the community and the curriculum and manage accounts. And finally, we've got the Student Centre, which is the player element. So this is how our students are going to access them, either on a computer, an iPad, or their communication device. So Boardmaker can be purchased in a couple of different options. We have the standard, which is a one-off payment, and it allows you for 2 installations per license. So it means it can be installed on 2 computers, but only 1 computer can be used at a time. We then have a subscription option, and this will allow you unlimited installations, which means that you can access it on any computer that you use. You log in with a user account, which will activate that use. And then you've got lots of benefits from having the subscription. So things like very regular symbol updates, being able to access things like the Boardmaker Student Centre, and then curriculum and ready-made curriculum, including things like Reading Avenue, Core First Learning, and Activities to Go. If you are new to Boardmaker and you would like to give it a go, you can go to this link here that Charlotte has just put in the chat for me, where you can start a free trial. So you can either do a subscription or a standard trial. So if you go for the subscription trial, there are a couple of different options. There's a personal or professional option that you can start your trial there. If you are a bigger organisation like a speech and language therapy team or a school, then please do get in contact with us. You can either use my email address or you can contact our office, and we will be able to set up a free trial for you as well. If you would just like to start, trial the standard version, again, you can just go to the website and start your trial there. So briefly want to talk about the symbols, as it's such a big part of Boardmaker 7. So we've got over 45,000 symbols available, and we've got some different types of symbols. So these are our PCS classics. These are our original symbol set, and they're characterized by the kind of thicker lines and more kind of cartoonish figures. We then have these thinner symbols that are a newer set, and they have those thinner lines and more kind of detailed representations. Then we have our high contrast symbols, and these have the bright neon colours and are a simplified kind of version of our classics. And these are set up against a black background and really support those that need more visual clarity. We also have these in context symbols. So these are designed for clients that have had a stroke or brain injury, and these depict concepts within lots of different contexts. As I mentioned earlier, we actually update these symbols every other week, and we're making sure that our users, the people that use our symbols, always have the ability to communicate and participate on subjects that are happening around us. So we're trying to keep as up to date as possible. So we've got things like, we did lots of symbols around the coronavirus, Brexit, the Black Lives Matter movement, and a range of other topics as well. So we can use Boardmaker 7 to create a range of symbol-based materials to support communication, behaviour, and participation. And this week's focus is going to be on supporting behaviour. Now, if you missed last week's sessions, you can go onto our YouTube channel, and we actually have the 3 sessions on communication up on our playlist. And I will send out a link for that as well today. So here are some examples of things that we can create within Boardmaker 7 that will help with support and communication. So we've got things like these kind of routines. We've got this kind of web-based support. We have these kind of I will not charts, reward charts, first and then, and maybe even a visual schedule. So these are all going to be things that we're fairly familiar with. And what we're going to do is tomorrow we're going to learn the kind of technicals of how to create some of these supports, either using something from scratch or using a load of ready-made templates that we have available. So the first thing that I want to do is show you the quickest way of creating something, which is by basically using something that somebody else has created. So on the My Boardmaker website, we've got access to the Boardmaker community, which has thousands of activities that are created by Boardmaker users around the world. And I think last time I checked, it's 104,000. So if you go to the My Boardmaker website and click on the magnifying glass up here, you can then enter your search term, and it can be absolutely anything. It will then show you your results. And in a lot of cases, you'll probably find that there's loads of results, because as I said, we've got over 100,000 supports in there. So there are a couple of ways in which you can filter your results. So you can filter by things like activity type, language, age, and that will help kind of like narrow down what you're looking for. Once you have narrowed those down, you will find a couple of kind of useful tools to help you kind of find out more about the activity at a glance. So first, you'll have a thumbnail that will kind of show you what the activity looks like. You'll then get one of these little symbols, and this will tell you what type of activity it is. So this one is a screen, which shows me that that activity is interactive. If we have a screen with a P inside of it, it means that it's an interactive activity with a performance element to it. So basically means it's got right or wrong answers. If it's a piece of paper, it's print-based. And if it's several pieces of papers, it means it's an activity set. So it's more than one activity. You'll then find the name of the activity, as well as information like who created it and when they created it. You can also see things like how many times people have accessed that activity. If you click on that activity, then you'll get a little bit more information. You'll be able to see the thumbnail a bit bigger. If I like this activity and I maybe want to use it, what I can do is I can click on the little plus symbol up here. And what that will do is it will add it to my activities, which means that I now have my own copy of this activity. And I can do a number of things. Now I can just print that off if I want to use it straight away. I can maybe share it with somebody. Or what I can do is I can edit that activity. So I can open it into the Boardmaker 7 editor, and I can maybe make some changes to it to make it perfect for how I want to use it. So for example, for this one, maybe I just want to change it, instead of it being around speech, we maybe want to do it around an activity in OT or physiotherapy. So I can go in and change symbols and maybe, the content as well. So a really nice, quick, easy way of taking a support that somebody else has used and making it your own. Next, I want to show you where we can find some information about behaviour supports and how we can use them. So that's going to be our focus this week. And so we've got some really nice resources that will give you a little bit more information around what behaviour supports are and how we can use them with our learners. So the first one that I want to show you is some resources that can be found within Pathways. So Pathways is a free app that can be downloaded on Windows or iOS. And it's packed full of tips and information around supporting learners with communication. Some of it's specific to our TD Snap app, but some of it is just some really nice general supports around communication. So it could be some top tips around being a communication partner, and there's lots of other stuff in there as well. So once you've downloaded the app and opened it up, click on Getting Started, and then the app will look like this. You're then going to select on the Build Skills section in the corner. And then scroll down and you'll see a section called Encourage Positive Behaviour. And then in here, you'll see there's a few different options to choose from. So you can do things like review what some supports look like, match some behaviour supports to some behaviour challenges that maybe you're experiencing, learn how to customise some supports, and learn how to use them as well. So some really, really great information that I recommend looking at, and we'll be touching on some of this stuff on Wednesday's session as well. If you can't access the app for whatever reason, we've also got a version of this online. So you can go to Pathways online. Again, we'll put you the link in the chat. Once you go into there, you just need to select on the menu in the top left-hand corner and scroll down to where it says Lessons, and you'll see a section around encouraging positive behaviour. And there you'll get the same resources that are available within the Pathways app. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the Boardmaker idea book. So maybe you are new to Boardmaker and you're looking for some ideas of how to use it. Maybe you've been using Boardmaker for a while and you want to kind of up your game a little bit. What we've done is we've made this book that is full of ideas from Boardmaker users around the world. And I want to show you today some examples from this book that show some behaviour supports. So first, I just want to show you how to find this Boardmaker book. So you're going to go to our website, which we'll put a link in the chat for you. You're going to select, the products tab at the top. And then under there, you'll see a section called Low Tech AAC, and then an option for the Boardmaker idea book. There you can download it for free. And then in there, you'll see lots and lots of different ideas. So I'm just going to show you today a couple of examples that we've got of how people have used some of the activities in there that people have created to support behaviour. So here, Sarah shows us a motivating behaviour chart that can be individualised for specific interests. In this instance, she's done it all around aeroplanes. This one is from Jasmine, who shares her foldable task list, which she is using to increase independence with some of her students. And then finally, Sarah shares a vaccine toolkit, which is all around getting the COVID-19 vaccine, and it includes some visual supports as well. And in each of these pages, it'll tell you a little bit about the activity, why it's created, how to use it. It will also tell you kind of how they made it within Boardmaker, if they used a template, how long it took. And then you'll also have links directly to downloading those activities in the community as well. So please do check out the idea book. It's full of really, really good ideas. Next, I want to point you in the direction of a blog that we've got available on our website. This blog that I'm highlighting this week talks about the effective management of behaviour problems. So it gives some really good top tips around that. So definitely recommend checking that out. We also have a wide range of on-demand courses on our Learning Hub. So if you haven't already, I'd recommend signing up for free on the Learning Hub. You'll have access to hundreds and hundreds of on-demand courses, as well as lots of different resources, documentation. This week, I just want to highlight a couple that will be relevant to this week's topic. So we've got one course around creating activities with Boardmaker, and then a second one which looks at using the positive behaviour supports in Snap, in TD Snap. So while it's not directly linked to Boardmaker, it will give you some tips on kind of some of the implementation ideas, as the resources, the supports, are very similar. Finally, just want to point you into the direction of our YouTube channel. We've got a really good how-to playlist that's full of lots of videos around using Boardmaker 7. And they just focus on some of the key skills for creating support. So if you're kind of sitting down, kind of trying to create some supports tomorrow or next week, and you forget some of the tips, you can just go in and it will show you really quickly how to do some of these key skills. So that's everything from today. Just want a little reminder that if you want to know a little bit more about Tobii Dynavox, Maybe you want some more personalised training for you or your team. It could be on Boardmaker or any of our other products. Maybe you want some demonstrations on some of the things that we've got available. Then please do get in touch with your local account manager. You can use the QR code here or the link in the chat. And finally, we want to invite people to sign up for some of our free eye gaze clinics. So what we would like to do is come to your setting, and we're going to bring all of our eye gaze equipment, and we want you to be able to bring some of your learners to come and trial eye gaze. And we can help with things like some of the technical how-tos with eye gaze, maybe trying some different bits of software. So really, really good if you've got some students or learners that you think would benefit from using eye gaze, but you'd like a trial. So please do get in touch with your local account manager.